जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग गंधर्विका गिरिधारी जी की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौरहरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग श्री राधा नयन नाथ जी की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति दैत माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्र सचिशिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंसा शिला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिशिला सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रज मंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जी की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरो श्री जुता पद कमला श्री गुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. We were hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and we finished the chapter with Prithu Maharaj. In next chapter, he will go home back to Godhead, and I told that on 30th September I will go to Sri Navadip Dham to participate in Kartik Vrata. So I told that I will now start topics for preparation for Kartik Vrata. It is also called Damodar Vrata. Kartik is the name of month, and Prabhupada also gave these spiritual names to month, so it is named as Damodar month. So it is called as Kartik Vrata or Damodar Vrata or Niyam Seva Vrata and Urja Vrata. Vrata means vow. You promise, you decide, you vow that you will follow certain things for certain period of time. Among all months, 12 months in Vedic calendar, Kartik month is most auspicious and for most beneficial for spiritual progress, for spiritual practice. So Rupa Goswami also wrote in Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, among 64 limbs of devotion, one is to follow Kartik Vrata. It is very necessary. And Damodar Vrata, because Damodar Bhagavan means Supreme Lord, whose belly, Udar is belly, is tied by Dam, rope. So if you put together, then it comes Damodar. He was tied during this month on Deepavali day. And Urja Vrata, because Urjeshwari Radharani, that is one name of Radharani. Urjeshwari means one who is very intensely devoted to Krishna. And you know, father of Radharani is Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and mother is Kirtida Devi, or also Kirtika. So that is named after one nakshatra in Jyotish. One is Kirtika nakshatra, and after her she got this name, and her daughter of Kirtika is Kartiki. This is one name of Radharani. So she is the presiding deity of this month of Kartik. That is why all Gauriya Vaishnavas, they are very fond of this Kartik month, and they will do special practices. Karmis will follow, Gyanis will follow, devotees will follow. All are following because it is so auspicious month. The only more auspicious is that Purushottam month, which comes every 3 years. It will come next year. But it is similarly followed with some rules and regulations for a full month. So our Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote one short article in Sajjan Toshani magazine explaining that Kartik Vrata is very important to follow for Vaishnavas. And he quoted from one Puran, I forgot, that Kartik Vrata will start on Pashankusha Ekadashi and will end on Uttan Ekadashi. And this verse he quoted. But you will find in Hari Bhakti Vilas that there are 3 ways to start, either on Ekadashi or Dvadashi or Purnima. Most of the Gauriya Mats, they will start on Purnima day, full moon day, but our mat and Gopinath Gauriya Mat and one more I forgot, they are following, starting on Ekadashi, Pashankusha, and ending on Uttan Ekadashi. There Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote that on Uttan Ekadashi you should not sleep, not drink, not eat whole night. You should speak Harikatha or hear Harikatha. Then next day you should feed Brahmins, Vaishnavas like this, he said. And during Kartik you should follow those diet rules. We are now in Chaturmasya, so certain diet restrictions are for whole 4 months, like eggplant, lowkey, parmal, pottle, and some sharks like this. That is full 4 months. But then especially each month there is some special, like in first month no shark, second month no yogurt, third month no milk, and in Kartik no sesame and urad dal, and no mustard also, and nothing which is tasty. Means you should control, because there it is written you should be vegetarian during Kartik, Amish, you should not eat. So, but here it means no any tasty food. Means you should not try to enjoy your tongue during Kartik month. That is why many devotees also, they will make a vow, like full month they will only eat khichdi. Or some will take a vow, full month they will only take fruits. I know one, my god brother, he did this. Whole Kartik only fruits. Some are taking only milk, some are like this. You can make any vow you want. The main point is, should not try to enjoy your tongue. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur there, he wrote that you should take prasad. And you should, there it is written, after taking prasad in the evening, you should hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Generally in our mat, it is before prasad. But there he wrote like this. Depends how one had. But the point is, daily we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. There Bhaktivinoda Thakur did not mention, but in Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami wrote that it is especially auspicious to hear Gajendra Moksha topic from Srimad Bhagavatam during Kartik month. That is why Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Parang Gurudev, our Gurudev, every year they used to discuss this topic. Because it is very important. And you will get million times more benefit if you hear this topic during Kartik time. Our Gurudev told that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna himself. he wants to taste what Radharani tasted when serving Krishna, and what were the qualities in Krishna that only she realized, and what is the glory of her love. These three desires Krishna wanted to fulfill. He appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what was the necessity for him to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, this topic, Dhruva and Prahlad Charit, in Puri from Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, and not only once, 100 times he was hearing, again and again. Because he came to rescue all fallen souls. He said, I will practice myself, and by this I will teach others. So, in order to show by example for us, conditioned souls, fallen souls, those topics are very important, because there are particular teachings we have to apply in our life. Not to blame others for our own suffering, and not to have any other desire other than the service of Krishna, and tolerance, and how Prahlad, those teachings there, and what he instructed to his schoolmates, demon boys, and then what he told to Hiranyakashipu, what he told to Nrsimha Bhagavan, prayers, all very important points. So Mahaprabhu was hearing with great relish constantly. So similarly, our Guru Vargas and Sanatana Goswami wrote, you hear this Gajendra Moksha topic. Why? Because there the teaching of Sharanagati is given. Sharanagati means surrender to Supreme Lord. Without this, there can be no devotion. You can do some forms of devotion outwardly, but that will be like a karma, not actually devotion, unless there is no basis of Sharanagati. Sharanagati has 6-fold, that you know, accept what is fair, what is unfair, that you know. So Gajendra also, there we get this teaching that in a very difficult situation, distressed situation, he got caught by crocodile. Though he was very powerful, we will hear during Kartik time, so powerful that everyone was afraid of him, and even that Trikuta mountain was shaking when he was going. And it is 80,000 miles big. But it is shaking. So he was free, but when he entered that lake, then crocodile caught him. When Prarabdha karma will come, we don't know. What we did in past, what will happen, we don't know. But it will happen by the will of Krishna. And another thing is, it represents the jiva misusing her relative independence, wanting to enjoy Maya. And this is a kind of offense to Krishna. We are his eternal servant. We don't want to serve him, we want to enjoy Maya. So Maya will catch us by the will of Krishna. So this crocodile represents Maya. And once we are caught by Maya, we cannot be rescued by our own effort. He was so strong, we will hear. And he was fighting, he tried. And all his friends and wives, others, they could not do anything. He was trying, he was fighting for 1,000 years. But gradually he was losing, because in water he cannot get food, but crocodile could get. That is home field advantage. So ultimately he saw that there is no hope. I will die. Then, because of his previous life, Sukriti, means he was a devotee. He did devotion. Devotion is never lost. By some cause it may be covered for some time, but never lost. So at that moment, that memory came to him, that I will, and he decided, I will take shelter of omnipotent Supreme Lord. He is capable of rescuing me. And he spoke those prayers, so many prayers, full of surrender. humbleness, surrender. And also in Gita, Krishna says the 4 kind of Sukriti people, they will worship me. Those who want worldly, like money, like Dhruva. He wanted bigger kingdom, but because of Sukriti, he surrendered to Supreme Lord. Then another is distress. This is Gajendra example. And another is Jnani, those who are in knowledge, Jnanamamam Prapadate, and those who are inquisitive, like for Kumaras and Shukadev Goswami, Jnani, they will surrender. Here we see when Gajendra was praying, at first he started because he wanted to be released from death. But while narrating glories of Supreme Lord, he got such taste and such knowledge appeared to him that he said, no, I don't want this. What is the use of just keeping this body and I will continue living in ignorance like now? No, I don't want this. I want liberation from ignorance and I want liberation from this Maya, this material world. I want the service of your lotus feet. And because he was sincere, demigods, they were ridiculing him. They were saying, oh, he is praying to Supreme Lord, but that is not so easy, that Supreme Lord will just come to anyone. Why he is not praying to us? We could come and rescue him, but we will not go. He's neglecting us. So they were speaking like this. But Gajendra actually surrendered. That is why by the fruit we can see Supreme Lord actually came in front of demigods to show them, no, his sincere soul. And he was rescued from the crocodile. So anyone who will surrender to Krishna will be rescued from Maya and will attain his lotus feet. Means all suffering, everything will be gone. This unconditional surrender. That is why our Gurudev, with great, he said, these prayers, what Gajendra spoke, this we have to repeat in Sanskrit also. Because by those prayers, Supreme Lord was satisfied. So by repeating those prayers, there is some hope that Supreme Lord will give attention to us. Because he pleased with those prayers. So Gurudev tells Sanskrit also you have to read. Don't avoid Sanskrit. And our Gurudev used to tell one shlok, one verse, then explain the meaning. If more time, then next, like this. Then next day, he will repeat first verse and second verse in Sanskrit. And then explain. And then again, first, second, third, like this. At the end of month, he would like recite whole Gajendra prayers with great. If you hear recordings, you can understand with what devotion our Gurudev used to recite these verses, and we could feel it that sincerely he is doing that. That is why that is different than us. We are not like this. So these Gajendra Moksha prayers means all 3 chapters we have to hear. Who was Gajendra in previous life? Who was crocodile in previous life? And what is the benefit of hearing this? All this we have to hear. Then after this Gajendra Moksha, then we have to hear also Damodar Lila. How Mother Jashoda, she bound Krishna by the ropes of love. Every day during Kartik month, we have to recite Damodarashtakam. Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Jashoda Biyoluka Ladavamanam Paramrishta Matyam Tatadruta Gopya. This all 8 verses we have to sing and see the meaning. Our Gurudev gave meaning there. We have to see the meaning. It's very important because here in this verse, means in this Ashtaka, it is quoted in Hari Bhakti Vilas, full one. Satya Vrata Muni wrote, it is meant for Kartik Vrata, daily we have to do. That is one rule necessary. I saw some, they are like offering lamp, and that song is sung or they will sing, but in our mat we sing this song in the morning, and evening time you offer lamp. Because if you do both at the same time, then they are not giving attention to the song. But you should give attention to this song. The deep means lamp also we have to offer. There Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in article, we have to offer a lamp, ghee lamp to Bhagavan in the evening. Also we have to offer to Tulsi, and also we have to offer to sky. You will find in our mat they are doing. Every devotee they will do a lamp, and in just outside our Nath Mandir there is one with the ropes, one like a lantern, and they will put that deep inside and close, and then with the rope they will pull it up into the sky. You have to offer, because sky is like a representative of Supreme Lord. So if you offer to sky, is like offering to Supreme Lord. And there is one mantra there in Hari Bhakti Vilas Damodaram. There is that mantra is chanted when offering that lamp to the sky. Then it will stay there whole night. Sometimes up to morning it will burn if there is enough ghee. That lamp, and in front of that this device is Tulsi also, so there also lamp. So it is according to Hari Bhakti Vilas Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but at least one lamp in the evening to Bhagavan, Gaur Nityananda or Radha Krishna, or Jagannath, but lamp. That is also one rule. And this Gajendra Moksha. And also there Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in that article that you should, full month you should do Kirtan and Smaran, chanting the glories of Krishna and also remembering Krishna. That is why our Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, he made a special program in Gauriya Math, how to follow Kartik Vrata based on instructions of Bhaktivinoda Thakur from this article, and also in his book Bhajan Rahasya. This was the last book that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote, because it comes to the highest level of practice. Just before this book he wrote Harinam Chintamani, that is the conversation between Haridas Thakur and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about chanting pure name. He is explaining about name, about offenses to the name, about namabhas, and about pure name. And in the last chapter he is telling that when one will chant pure name, then he will enter into bhajan, mark, and then he will realize his own swarup and lila seva and everything he is explaining, but only in brief. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote there in Bhajan Rahasya, this book is a continuation or sequence, that sequence or some means next part of Harinam Chintamani. So this is important that we understand this point about pure chanting. Without pure chanting you cannot think about bhajan in that sense, what I will explain after. So this Bhajan Rahasya book is having 8 chapters. In these 8 chapters there is description of each verse of Shikastaka of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also all scriptural evidences Bhaktivinoda Thakur is given for every point of Shikastaka. Like Vidya Vadhujivanam. He's giving scriptural evidences for this point. If you read this book, then you can understand how all Shastras are within Shikastaka. This only personal associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he can show. He showed it. And also stages of development of devotion. First chapter and first verse of Shikastaka corresponds to Shraddha, firm faith. Then second verse, Sadhu Sangha and Anartha Nivritti. Then third verse, Nishta. Fourth verse, Ruchi. Fifth verse, Asakti. Sixth verse, Bhap. Seventh verse, Prem Vipralamba. Eighth verse, Prema Sambhog. And third topic is in Golok Vrindavan, and also when Radha Krishna, when they appear in this world to display their pastimes, there is eightfold pastimes of Radha Krishna. One day in Golok Vrindavan, that is different time like we experience here, that is different, but still there are events and they are existing all the time. And there are 8 parts, like end of night. At the end of night, what Radha and Krishna they are doing, what kind of pastimes. Then morning, what they are doing. Forenoon, what they are doing. Noontime, what they are doing. Midday. Afternoon, what they are doing. Evening, what they are doing. Then night, what they are doing, and full that night, dusk, and then night, Ratri, Lila, what they are doing. And with other associates, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, everyone knows. He wrote one book, Govinda Lilamrita, and because of that book he got this title Kaviraj. He wrote this book before Chaitanya Charitamrita, Govinda Lilamrita. In that Govinda Lilamrita, he explained in quite details, because no one can fully describe that Lila, that is unlimited, and this only one day he described. But it is similar happening, like every day we take breakfast, every day we take lunch, we took bath, like there is some repetition, but every day it is new thing, and it is with some details difference, like someday we eat this, someday, but we are eating. So this Lila also is like repetition, but it is not stale or boring or something. It's always new taste. So there he wrote, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he quoted 8 verses from this Govinda Lilamrita, which describe that period of pastime in brief. When Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he approached Bhaktivinoda Thakur that I want to publish this Govinda Lilamrita, like for mass, because that time printing press came out and they published so many books. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no, first you read this book, then you come to me. Then Prabhupada came back and he understood, yes, this is not for wide distribution. This is only those who are very advanced devotees, they can hear, because it is the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and there is no philosophy, no Siddhanta, no these other things, only Lila. So if you don't have proper training, spiritual training, you will misunderstand what is going on. Like man, woman, this everything. So it is not for everyone. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur also gave only in brief, and that at the end of chapter, because before, first you have to be well established in practicing Shikastaka. Shikastaka is about Sambandha, our relation with Krishna, Abhideya, what we should do in relation to Krishna, and what is the ultimate goal of life in relation to Krishna. These Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana all are described in Shikastaka. And it is about pure chanting of the name. So when you are established in practicing Shikastaka, then you are eligible to that this lila will manifest in your heart and you can serve in lila all this. So Prabhupada Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, he made such a program. At first, I heard from Gurudev, at first they were only doing Shikastaka, full month. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote one Bengali song for each Shikastaka verse. In his own Bengali words in song, sometimes even revealing some more details what Mahaprabhu was saying. So during Kartik Vrata we are hearing from Chaitanya Charitamrita explanation by Kaviraj Goswami of Shikastaka. First we recite Shikastaka verse, then explanation from Chaitanya Charitamrita, then song of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and according to time. There are 8 periods or 8 yams. So first yam is at the end of night, before Mangalarati. We have to sit and do kirtan. Guru Parampara, all that, and then first yam, first Shikastaka verse, then explanation, then singing song. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Pita Bharana Koli. That is first one. Then after that, hearing that Govinda Lilamrita verse of the brief Lila hint, hearing, then hearing what is Lila, what Radha Krishna they are doing at that time, and then song Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote at the end of each chapter in Bhajan Rahasya. He wrote one song to describe that Lila. That Lila song we sing also. At first, Prabhupada made only Shikastaka. Then later, gradually, that Lila also was introduced to show that by practicing Shikastaka, that will manifest. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote there, we are hearing daily, Parama Pavan Krishna Tahara Charan Nishkapata Shada Soho Koroho Bhajan Jar Nam Surja Vas Antare Praveshi Dvangsa Kore Mahapa Panda Kararashi Eishi Kastake Kohe Krishna Lila Krom Lila Rudgom, that we are hearing. Eishi Kastake Kohe Krishna Lila Krom. That time I will remember. So that Lila will manifest. Shikastaka Chinta Kirtan Smarana Kirtan Ashtaka Seva Sukh Hove Udipon, something. That verse means when you practice Shikastaka, then that Lila will manifest in your heart, when you will really practice sincerely according to those days. So these 3 topics are there. And then after Mangalarati, there is Damodar Ashtaka and this second yam, second Shikastaka, second Lila. Then Harikatha, Chaitanya Charitamrita, then third yam, third Shikastaka, third Lila. Then breakfast and other things. Then noon time, 4th yam. Then afternoon, 5th yam. Then just after Arati, 6th yam. And 7th and 8th we do after night Harikatha. Then like this every day. Damodar Ashtaka is must. And all these Ashtakalya, Kirtans, Shikastak and Lila, we have to sing and hear, and Aratis and lamp, and in Bhajan Rahasya, introduction. Prabhupada wrote, along with that, these verses of Bhajan Rahasya, also 11 verses of Rupa Goswami, in conformity with Bhajan. So there are two possibilities here. In our mat, we take these 11 verses, meaning of Upadeshamrita of Rupa Goswami. Another meaning also can be 11 verses Rupa Goswami wrote, also describing Ashtakalya Lila in brief, in 11 verses. So this Upadeshamrita also our Gurudev used to explain in the afternoon class. During Kartik there are 3 classes: morning, afternoon and night time. One more means this afternoon. So sometimes Gurudev used to explain Shikastaka commentary by Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Prabhupada. Sometimes he used, means first Shikastaka, then after finishing, then Upadeshamrita. And if there was time, Bhajan Rahasya also, or during classes, sometimes he would say Bhajan Rahasya, or sometimes Jaiva Dharma. I did not see Gurudev, but in our mat some are doing Jaiva Dharma also. For that Harikatha, Upadeshamrita Gurudev personally told me. He told, you read during Kartik Vrata, is necessary. Rupa Goswami wrote, because this Shikastaka is written by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Teachings, 8 teachings, Sambandha Prayojana. And when once in Puri, Mahaprabhu was so much in transcendental ecstasy, and he fell into samadhi, and he was seeing some lila, and this in Chaitanya Charitamrita we find. Then when he came semi-consciousness out, there are 3 states, like fully out, then in between, and fully inside. That time don't know anything about the outside. So when he was in the middle stage, that time he was describing about that lila, what he was seeing. Then he said what is the process to attain that, to those who were with him that time. Rupa Goswami also was with him that time, so he heard those nectar of instruction or nectar of advice. Upadesh, Amrita. Upadesh means advice or instruction, and nectar. Then Rupa Goswami, what he heard from Mahaprabhu, he wrote down in his own words. So they are actually instructions of Mahaprabhu, but in the words of Rupa Goswami, how to attain the highest Krishna Prem, that is Radha Dasyam, the service of Radharani. He explained in stages. Our Gurudev told that those who are Sahajiyas, they want to cheaply attain that Prem. They are very much afraid of this Upadeshamrita. They think like a Yamaraj. Because their Rupa Goswami told, and even to us Gurudev told, you are saying we are Rupanugas, like proudly we are saying we are Rupanugas, we are followers of Rupa Goswami, only pride. But we are not following the teaching of Rupa Goswami. Then what is the use of that vanity, that pride? Rupa Goswami warned us strongly, our Gurudev told, in first 2 verses. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udara upasta vegam. Etan vegam jo vishaheta dhira, sarvam apimam prithivim sashishyat. You have to get control over these 6 urges of the speech, of the mind, of the anger. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, tongue always wants nice food. Udar, stomach, wants to eat more than necessary, and genital wants to eat for enjoyment. There are some is allowed and some is not, according to your ashram, all this. So Avaida and Vaida means according to Vedic and outside. So these 6 urges we have to get control over. There Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained it is possible only by sadhu sangha and pure chanting. There is no other way in this Kali Yuga. To get such spiritual strength that you can control these 6 urges. And then next verse, Atyahara prayasascha prajalpanyamagraha jana sangascha laulyamcha sharabida bhaktir vinashyati. These 6 folds, these 6 actions, they will destroy your devotion. So Gurudev told, if you are not following these 2 verses, then how you are proudly saying, I am Rupanuga, only for name and fame. We are highest, we are Rupanugas. No, you have to follow what Rupa Goswami told. Not overeating, but there Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, it does not mean only overeating. It means over-consuming through any of your senses. Your eyes want to see beautiful lady or beautiful man or television or this scenery. I want to see Eiffel Tower. I want to Taj Mahal, these things. That is Atyahara. Unnecessary and overeating through any of your senses. Music, hearing, worldly music, songs. And eating through any of the 5 senses, overeating that through enjoyment, that is prohibited. This will destroy your devotion. Atyahara prayasa, unnecessary endeavor in this world for some huge project or for big money like this. Many different kinds, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained. There is commentary by Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Prabhupada, both. Prabhupada is more long. He wrote it on the order of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, so that we are hearing, and not only we should hear, we have to practice that. Prajalpa, unnecessary talking, worldly talking. Prajalpa niyamagraha, niyama agraha and niyam agraha. To be too much fanatic about rules without understanding the purpose of following. Or slackened, you are too much loose, you don't want to follow rules and regulations of devotion or follow some lower kind of rules for karma kant or jnana kant like this. There is explanation. This also will destroy your devotion. And jana sangha, association with non-devotees, I spoke about some days back. And lowlia, greed. And not, Prabhupada explained, not only greed for money or but for different opinions also. What they are saying, oh, I want to know. What is there in that book? Oh, I want to know. What they are thinking, like this mind is always restless to want to know greedily. That also will destroy. Then at Utsaha Nishchaya Darjata, then we have to follow those practices. What are the positive 6? Then how to associate with devotees, then how to respect, due respect to all, how we should not have mundane vision towards devotees, then in a regulated manner, 7th verse, how we should do kirtan and smaran in a regulated manner, then taste will come. Then when you come to this taste, then you will stay in Vrindavan, either physically or in your heart, and you will follow that particular Brajavasi of whom you are attracted. You want to serve in that way like him, and you will follow in his footsteps. And all the time doing kirtan and smaran and lila seva. Then he is explaining that the gradation of karmis, gyanis, bhaktas, premik bhaktas, then gopis, radharani, and about the place. Mathura is superior to Vaikuntha. Why? There is explained. Vrindavan is superior to Mathura. Why? Govardhan is superior to Vrindavan. Why? And Radha Kunda is supreme, superior to Govardhan. Why? And how to attain that? Radha Kunda means service of Radharani. Everything Rupa Goswami very nicely explained. That is Mahaprabhu teaching. And Rupa Goswami wrote, so that we have to hear and practice, like Shikastaka, same. Then yes, it will give more result in Kartik Vrata. But of course, not everyone can stay like in the mat in the temple and follow such austere practice whole month. It is Niyam Seva. Niyam means this. There are some rules to be followed for whole month. What you vow, that you have to keep whole month. All this practice. So those who are unable, because they are living in house and they have job and the other duties to be done, they should do. But at other time or at weekend time, they can do as much as possible for them to give their mind to these topics. Maybe not every day, not all will be able to sing all songs or like this, but at least should be in this topic of Shikastaka, Lila, and this Upadeshamrita and Gajendra Moksha. At least something, maybe one verse, 2 verses or something. These points. And one lamp, ghee lamp, Tulsi Parikrama, and how much is possible. But we cannot go over our limits, then we will become sick and then nothing we can do. So how much one can do according to his situation, he should do. And at all time we can chant Harinam. অনেক লোকের বাঞ্ছা অনেক অপ্রকার কৃপাতে করিল অনেক নামের অপ্রচার খাইতে শুইতে যে তা নামলয় দেশকাল নিয়ম নাহি সর্বসিদ্ধি হয় সর্বশক্তি নামে দিল করিয়া বিভাগ আমার দুর্দৈব নামে নাহি অনুরাগ means there Mahaprabhu or Krishna manifested so many names. Because different devotees have different desires to serve him in different delightful relations. Khaite shuite jata tatanam. Even while eating, even while laying down, etc. Means like driving, when you are driving car, when you are cleaning, when you are in bathroom, when you are working, anytime, Khaite shuite jatha tata, any place, any circumstance, pure, impure. Of course, that is not with mala. With tulsi mala, we cannot enter toilet, but you can chant name without mala, loudly, mentally, and anyway. In work, you cannot have mala because boss will say, "What is this?" They will allow to go smoking, those who are smoking, but they will not allow for one round of mala. That will not allow. But the point is that counting on mala is not so important. Important is you have to chant Harinam mentally or loudly, but at all time, any place, any circumstance, you can chant name. This is the main importance all the time, because kirtana prabhava smarana hoibe. By chanting, remembrance will come automatically, and this Ashtaka Lila also will manifest, and you can do Lila Seva from your Swarup, from your Siddha Deha, not by imagination like Sahajiyas, but when it will come by natural process, then you can do. So main importance is Nam, without offenses, Harinam Sankirtan, and then this Shravan Kirtan in some regulated manner, how much one can do, that will be most beneficial during Kartik time. And our Gurudev wrote that Kartik handbook for us to be able to follow. He wrote it in 2003 while he was staying in Ludhiana for some heart treatment. Then he gave me printed on paper, like from computer directly, and he said, this I wrote for you, so you read it, you understand it, and you also explain it to others. Because before already I was doing some Kartik Vratas before, so I got the idea what is going on, but there are some other new devotees. So Gurudev also in Harikatha he told that Madan Gopal will explain. So I tried to follow that Gurudev's instruction, and Gurudev told that before Kartik starts, we have to read that introduction, what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote, what is meant here in this word bhajan, in this book title Bhajan Rahasya. The secret, Rahasya means secret of bhajan, Bhajan Rahasya. But here bhajan, what it means, it is not just some in general word bhajan, like everything is bhajan, archan, that everything bhajan means worship. But here it has got special meaning, so that we have to understand before we go to practice this Bhajan Rahasya book. So from tomorrow and Sunday, I will, in following the instruction of Gurudev for my own purification and development, I will read that from Kartik handbook, Gurudev's English translation of Prabhupada's introduction to Bhajan Rahasya, and if time also that what I told before, Shikasta ke kohe Krishna lila kram, ihate bhajan kram, lila raudgam. Yes, by this practice, lila udgam, there will be manifestation or appearance of lila. Pratame protom shlok bhaja kichu din, dvitiya shloketet hobe to pravin. For some days, you should practice first verse of Shikastaka. Pratame protom shlok bhaja kichu din, dvitiya shlokete tobe to pravin. Then you will become expert in practicing second verse. Chari shloke kramasha bhajam pakka koro, pancham shlokete nija sida dekho boro. 4 শ্লোক বাজিতে অনার্থ দূরে গেল, তবে জানাসি দেখে অধিকার হইল। No, 4 শ্লোক পাক্কা করো, পঞ্চম শ্লোকে নিজে সিধা দেখো। ওই শ্লোকে সিধা দেখে রাধা পাদাশ্রয় আরম্ভ করিয়া ক্রমে উন্নতি উদয়। 4 শ্লোক বাজিতে অনার্থ দূরে গেল, তবে জানাসি দেখে অধিকার হইল। অধিকার না লবিয়া সিধা দেখো ভাবে, বিপর্যয় বুদ্ধি জন্মে শক্তির অভাবে। সাবধানে ক্রম ধরো, যদি সিদ্ধি চাও, সাধুর চরিত্র দেখি শুদ্ধ বুদ্ধি পাও। It's very nice, Bhaktivinoda Thakur he wrote. I hope I will have time to read this, and also what is that? Ekanta bhakter matra kirtan smaran, anya parve ruchi nahi hoy pravartan. That this is beginning, I forgot. During Kartik I can follow. Ekanta bhakter matra kirtan smaran, anya parve ruchi nahi hoy pravartan. That will read at least these two. Then we have to try as much as possible according to our circumstances to try to do Shravan Kirtan more in a regulated manner and diet. Our Gurudev told that if there is some difficulty for like Western devotees in following dietary restrictions during whole 4 months of Chaturmasya, that is not so important, but Shravan Kirtan should be increased. But at least for Kartik month, you should be strict about diet also. Those eggplants and those which are prohibited items. And for male, there is no shaving, no nail cutting, if you can. That is also not so important. That is like not to waste time, like everyday shaving like this. Most of the time should be used for Shravan Kirtan. So tomorrow and Sunday we will read that introduction to get idea what is going on during Kartik Vrata. And the purpose of this hearing, this lila, our Gurudev told us that we will get greed to attain that. Because we are hearing, oh, there is such sweet transcendental realm, such sweet pastimes are going on, such sweet associates Krishna is having. I want to serve like this. That greed, spiritual greed should appear when hearing, and that spiritual greed will qualify you for Raganuga bhajan. But it should be genuine greed, spiritual greed, not some material for anything like this, and Gurudev will know if it is real or not, and when it will appear, then he will engage you without you asking him. He will know. So we should not become sahaja and jump over stages, but gradual procedure we have to observe as given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as given by Rupa Goswami, our Guru. Then by that we can attain that ultimate goal of life, to attain our rasa with Krishna and to serve him eternally. Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol. One thing also I forgot to tell, I will tell again tomorrow at the beginning. Daily there should be Nagar Sankirtan also. If Kartik Vrata in our Mad they will do like this year in Delhi or sometimes Chandigarh, Agartala or some city, then daily Nagar Sankirtan, morning, after Damodar Ashtaka or some this, or maybe after, immediately after Mangalarati, but in morning, Nagar Sankirtan, and in Navadip, in Mayapur, we do around first and last day, we do up to Shiva Mandir. From our mat to Ghat, Shiva Mandir and back. But daily, around Radha Kunda, Sham Kunda, with Kirtan, Nagar means Parikrama Kirtan, and in Brindaban also they do some short Parikrama, they will do. That is also part of Kartik Vrata. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango, Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaur Huri ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Radha Nayananath Ji ki jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki jai. जय पतित पावन शिला गुरुदेव की जय. जय शिला परम गुरुदेव की जय. जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुभर की जय. जय श्री पंच तत्व प्रभु की जय. जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय. जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय. जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय. जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर परमानंदे हरि बोल. थैंक यू ऑल. दंडवत प्रणाम. हरि बोल.